has come to my knowledge also that there are individuals, the wrongdoers against human rights, that are in an endeavour to censor the reality of circumstances that they are causing, that are offending the state of Ireland and that are offending the democracy and constitution of my home country. Um, they've already obstructed ombudsmen since 2017. They have already obstructed family and professional life, and they have been involved in offences against the state, and they have caused societal obstructions with regard to my wealth also and my property that they are not legally in a position to be discussing. So this upload, with the effort of censoring a humanitarian and a law-abiding citizen and a woman experiencing the most heinous, unforgettable, inexcusable offences, intolerable offences, the uploads that I'm sharing are for the interest of those experiencing human rights violations due to collective offence of hate crime and treason in my community, and the issue of being a qualified graduate of the University of Limerick in the field of language and cultural studies, having studied sociology, comparative literature, anthropology, media studies, etc., etc., etc. And as a creative artist, the issue of individuals collectively um, obstructing a qualified woman while they have been thieving creative and intellectual work and taking credit for my work in society, and while also disrupting my family life, my role as a mother and as a wife and as a teacher. So the spiritual violence that these people have conducted is quite serious also. In each of my abodes, they have intruded and trespassed, and they have perpetrated bodily integrity damages. These are grown adults with their own families and with their own professions, and they have been 24/7 since I gave birth, causing these problems, violating privacy, and they have also raised very serious issues with regard to defamation laws in a democracy. Their slander has been outrageous. Their publicity stunts in the past 3 years have been outrageous. So, for the broadcasting and communication organisations and agencies to be aware of these individuals in Tralee that have made a mockery of human rights, that have made a mockery of family life, that have made a mockery of my child unlawfully separated from me, and that being public knowledge, raises huge societal, cultural, and political concerns. It is common knowledge that while unlawfully separated from me, my child has been discussed and publicised, and not so favourably and not so respectfully, by culprits in a community that think they're in control of communications and information, while broadcasting very serious disinformation. So the issue this morning, this afternoon, is with regard to my studies and experience and qualifications as an anthropologist, as a graduate of the University of Limerick experiencing the most heinous human rights abuses, and as a teacher from all ages. I've taught primary, secondary, I've taught adults, and with a clean track record and a clean conscience, I hope the Taoiseach of this country realises how this tarnishes society, politics, and culture. And as regards those that have been disrespecting the role of media, um, I hope they realise their objective with regard to broadcasting and sharing the facts and the reality and the truth of situations, and not facilitating any charades or mockeries of the democracy and the offences being perpetrated against the democracy. So those trying to put an obstruction in my way with regard to communications and the information that they have already withheld from me and the unlawful actions that they've already perpetrated. I hope the European Court of Human Rights understands the serious nature of damages caused since this collective literally damaged my sacred light body and my sacred child, and since they were treasonous, blasphemous, and facilitating all of the most disrespectful acts against the constitution of this country. So that's as much as I need to say about information and communication and the responsibility and the role of the media to relay the facts, and the role of justice to defend the law abiding citizens, and that those negotiating and buying their way in and out of problems that they have caused with their bad publicity stunts and their bad developments and their unlawful actions, those disrupting nature and damaging sacred light, isn't ever safeguarded from consequences when harming an innocent child also.